We traded 3,000 square feet for this space right here, under 500 square feet for our family of 5. And honestly, it's become one of our favorite places. Come on in, I'll show you how it all works.
So we're gonna start up front, and then we're gonna work our way back and take our coats off because it is nice and toasty in here. It's actually about 40 degrees outside. And in here, it is just wonderful, like 70 degrees.
Yeah, it's
fantastic.
Nice.
So anyway, we'll talk about the heating systems and all those sorts of things. But from a driver's perspective, again, we're on the Freightliner chassis, which is absolutely incredible. Steering wheel, honestly, is more like a modernized, almost minivan type with the controls that it has on it. It's a digital dash that's actually was designed by Mercedes. Gives you all the data that you need. You have the screen here that you can either use. It actually has CarPlay availability. The nice thing is if you're on CarPlay using RV Life GPS or Google Maps, when you put on the blinkers, it will actually switch to the blinkers and then switch back to whatever you have on the screen. I think everything else pretty self-explanatory. Over here, you can adjust obviously the mirrors. You can adjust the air and the tag axle if you need to dump the tag axle air. And then this is the equalizer leveling system. Again, you can just power it up. You can hit auto level. Some RVs you see all of the different gauge in some of these older ones and all the buttons, and it's almost like you're flying an airplane. I really love how they simplified and really streamlined it. Here we've got shades, so you can put the shades up and down. We've got the night shade for privacy, and then during the day and even while you're driving, sometimes you can drop down the sunshade. Let's say that your chassis battery is dead and you can't start it. You can actually hit this auxiliary start switch and it will assist with the house batteries and let you start the engine. So really nice little kind of redundancy that they built in. Map lights, we have those. There's a fan. So sometimes the air, if it's not making all the way back to where the kids are, while we're driving down the road, we can either flip the fans on or we can just flip one of the rooftop ACs on. So lots of options of how to control the temperature. This is one of my favorite buttons right here. You got to show that really close. So it's really funny going down the highway if you have to hit the horn because it literally sounds like a minivan. Like the default sounds like a minivan. And it's comical. It's almost like if you were to see an elephant and they had a high-pitched voice. Yeah. That is what this thing sounds like. However, you hit that magic button and now you have an air horn. And for all of those in California,
you're welcome.
Yeah. It's magic. It's amazing. So we use it sparingly.
That is true.
I'll just say that. We try not to use it, but sometimes it's just for fun. If you're going through a tunnel that doesn't say no horns, you know, we have to do that to put a smile on our girl's face is. There we go. The generator start, you can start that from here, as well as the step cover. So when Deborah is sitting in the passenger, when this is in drive mode, so these front two chairs spin around. So when you are in drive mode, you can actually close off the step area right here. So you can kind of see it just slides out, covers it up, and makes it flat.
That's so I don't dangle my feet while we drive.
I think you still dangle your feet even when you have that.
Maybe
there,
a little bit.
Yeah. Or hers does have a nice footrest that comes out, so she'll be over there sipping her coffee, helping me navigate. But it's really nice to add 2 more seats. So if you have, I mean, really, we've had 7, 8 people in here.
Yeah.
And everybody has a place to sit and you don't feel like you're right on top of each other.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty nice.
It's very nice.
Tons of storage up here. I'm not going to go through all the bays. Tons of storage up here. We can talk about the internet system on this thing is incredible. Yeah. TV and just, yeah, all these little kind of cubbies that you can use however you want. I put whenever I go to fill up with fuel, you want your fuel gloves because those handles are a mess. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you'll come in with really greasy hands. So these are really nice to have. All right, let's switch gears.
Welcome to the heart of the RV here. Might I make a little comment about the entrance by the passenger seat? I tried hard not to get that because I thought it would be so annoying to have everyone entering in right where I'm sitting. And it's just not that big of a deal. It really isn't. So I'm just going to put that out there because if I was concerned about it, maybe someone else is looking into a motorized vehicle and being like, I think I'd rather have a side door. It gives so much more space. It only bothers me hardly ever on a travel day. So the rest of the time you get more space here.
Yeah, so whether the entry is behind the
behind
passenger
the
seat
passenger door,
or even like a mid-entry, which they do make those in the 45-foot coach world. But this actually, it's very wide. Like this is wider than the average door on these. We actually had somebody when we were in Key West stop and say, how wide is that door? My coach doesn't have one that wide. So anyway, it's very nice.
It's just not that much of a bother for the space that you gain not having a door mid-entry.
Right.
So that's nice. I like it. Things that are wonderful when we talk about we can leave our home and we have every comfort of home. This is a residential refrigerator. It fits everything. The only thing I would say that I do different in this refrigerator is I contain everything. I put it in sometimes a fancy little organizer and sometimes a dollar shoebox.
Both get the job done.
Both get the job done. You just need it held there. We also use some tension rods while we drive, just so that things do not surprise us when we open up the doors when we arrive. This one also has the water and ice in the door, which I really like.
Yeah, it has 2 ice makers, one below and one up above.
Here. Yep.
And if you're new to a coach and you buy one and you're like, why is there water leaking out of our refrigerator? You have to remember to turn off the top ice maker. It was hiding. We didn't even know it was in there.
And it kept on dribbling out of here. And there was just water flowing down because when we would drive, we're not plugged in, so it's not staying frozen.
It's more of a cooler.
Yes, and it's a great cooler as you drive.
Yes.
But that was a problem that we figured it out. This is a microwave convection oven, and it works great. I don't have any complaints about it as a convection oven. It is not my home oven, but it's an oven. And we have an oven on the road, so I always have to talk about that too. Under here is an induction stove. This thing is great, fast, and there's 2 burners. We keep it under here just so that we have a little more counter space because as you can see, the kitchen doesn't have a ton of counter space because we did opt to get the opposing couches, and that was for family time. So you learn to start figuring out what meals are doable on a smaller counter space, but it's deep. I have things laid all over sometimes. I use the table. I channel my great-grandmother who didn't have a lot of counter space in her actual home, and they used their kitchen tables. So it's wonderful. We have silverware, lots of storage, silverware, and all the things that we need. I also have extra space here for knives that we enclose. So everything stays. I think another thing to think about is you're traveling with your things. So I've always wanted to have the knife strip where the knives stick on the magnetic strip. And we have to remember that we're traveling with the things. So they need to stay enclosed just in case something would happen while we were traveling. We don't need knives flying.
We're generally a safety third type family, but there needs to be some common sense. So in a future rig where we have a towable RV, then we might do something like that. Because if it falls off when you're driving, no one will be injured or maimed in the process.
And I think in a trailer, we're looking to downsize. You just might have a little bit less space. And here we have so much space. We also have a dishwasher.
Can you believe it?
I know.
Look at that.
Those are all actually clean and ready to be put away. It's like being at home, other than you just can't cram it. You know how a home dishwasher, you just like cram it so good. This one, you just got to be a little bit more strategic, and you can, and you are, and it's wonderful. We have room in here for like dishcloths. Down here is just utilitarian stuff that we use in the kitchen. Here's extra hot pads and utensils. I like to cook, so utensils are important. Like having the right tool for what I'm cooking for is something that is important to me.
And we've had people ask us, do you guys just eat like camp food? So hot dogs, hamburgers while we're on the road.
We do eat those.
We do.
But not consistently. We
No.
eat whatever we eat at home. We eat real meals, and we don't eat out a lot. We eat out once a week.
Really. Mm-hmm.
It's really not that much. We prefer to eat in just because, number one, it can get really expensive eating out with a family of 5, or it can just be hard. We have a couple of dairy intolerances, and eating around a menu sometimes is very hard. We use our grill all the time until soup season starts. And then we use the Instant Pot, which I bring along a smaller Instant Pot. I store it down here underneath the dinette seats. And that's that's in my kitchen arsenal as well. So I love this sink. It is a full residential sink. I actually like the one, like I have this at home where it's just one opening, not a double-sided, and I love it. I usually keep one of these on for counter space. So that's nice that then when we travel, I just put both of them back on. We added this paper towel holder. We brought along our own water for coffee. We've learned power control system, what we can run at the same time and what we can't, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So that's this side. This is my kitchen. I keep pots and pans up here. Down here is just storage. It's also like a lot of pipes for what's going on for plumbing. This guy rolls down and I keep like a little pan scraper and sponges and stuff, which I've taken them out because we're home right now. And that's like my working kitchen side. Over here is the dinette. This is where we do school. This is where we have meals. This is where, what else happens here? All kinds of stuff.
Work, school, meals, TV watching.
Yeah, that's right. It's like extra seats for TV watching, playing games. This up here is we switched to a lighter plate. But as you'll notice, like if we were in a trailer, I would not worry about putting this in between every single plate and bowl because we wouldn't hear them.
Yes, you don't have the sound factor as much rolling down the highway.
We hear everything as we're moving, and so we just try to dead in as much sound as we can. It's usually like a morning of you're emptying the dishwasher, you're throwing it up here and just sticking a little, what are those called? I don't know. We found them on Amazon. They're great to deaden the sound. I love keeping a tablecloth here for when we want to eat outside. And then these little pans we found at Costco, and they're so much fun. We do hamburgers, French fries, bowls, like where you'd put like potatoes and barbecue and stuff like that. And they're really easy. We take them outside and use them a lot. The girls don't like them because they don't go in the dishwasher. So then they have to wash them. But I think they're great for using outside. I've also made cookie bars on here. Like I think that was your birthday a couple of years ago. I made like a cookie bar and baked it because it's legit a pan. I keep our paper products up here, napkins, forks, spoons. We don't use a lot of disposable ware except for when we are dry camping or when we're traveling. I just grab from that a lot. Up here is our mugs, cups, and you'll see there's like this netting I've put around them just so that you can't hear them when we're traveling. So that is kitchen-y. I just wanted to show you where we put our school books because I didn't figure this out. And I was trying to open up this without taking the back off. And it's much easier when you do take the back off. This is all of where we put our school stuff and organize. I have Audrey's stuff up front. I have Kate's stuff in the back. We just
markers, pens. Yeah.
And this just comes out like every time when we school. It just comes out and it gets used and then it gets put away.
The school locker.
Yes. All the things you'll need. I keep some of our educational games down here. Just whatever we're using for school gets down here. And it really, usually what happens is they unload it once in the morning, do school, then put it all back away. So it's not a big deal. As you can see, it just goes up, goes down, stick in the back. Over here, do you want to look in here or?
Yeah,
this is kind of like our junk drawer.
Utility.
Okay.
Utility cabinet.
Okay. Here's my junk drawer. Stamps. It doesn't look very junky though. like office administration. What are you going to need that's in a desk at home usually? There's all the Forest River manuals, because just in case we ever don't have internet and we need to look up something, we have it. This would be batteries,
extra fuses,
packing tape, command strips. Here's the smaller Instant Pot I was talking about that gets a lot of use. And then usually you have a toolbox right here too.
Yes. I just took it out last night actually to fix our door at home.
The dinette can be put down into a bed. The couches go into beds, but it was important to us that everyone had their own bed, that you weren't making it every night. So like clear off the dinette so that Olivia can make a bed to sleep in. So above the driver's area is where Olivia sleeps. And this is a Eurobed that will come down and then retract when we need to be using this as driving space. So it comes down, it's a full bed. It stops about right here. It has a ladder that will attach. So she climbs up this way, uses the bed. She has all accessibility to the cabinets at that point and can stow away things that she's using, earbuds, lip gloss, whatever the things are that you like to keep beside your bed. She keeps all of that up there. And then in the morning, she puts it back together, closes it up, and we proceed with our day as normal. So let's move into the living room space. And you'll notice, like we talked about before, the counter space is very small, but that's because we opted on purpose to have this opposing sofa so that we could have family time here together. We watch movies here. We sit and have family devotions here. We hang out here. We did add these little cubes, and usually when we're watching TV, we pull them over and use them as ottomans, but they do open up and we use them for storage.
What do you know? More storage.
More storage.
It's a premium.
They do have to move when we travel, and they just move to the back bathroom. So it's just part of our travel checklist. What else? This will go into a queen bed. It will come down into a queen bed. This comes down into like a little, it just goes flat. So I wouldn't quite call it a full, but if you have kids, they would love it. And that one goes down really easy. We love the fireplace, not only for ambiance. It's not on heat mode right now, but also sometimes in the morning, I turn the heat on and assume my fireplace position with like coffee, just warming up in the morning. And it's just very homey. It's very nice. It's very comforting. This used to be a window.
It was like a
decorative,
pane, yes.
It had like a window pane decorative. We just took out the glass and put in a mirror because with 2 working on 3 teenage daughters, we just needed a little bit more mirror space. And then there's a plug right here. So like Audrey does her hair and makeup here quite a bit.
Yes.
And it works really nice because they all share the same bathroom. And then there's less squabbling around who needs in for hair, who needs whatever for makeup. So it just made a little bit extra space for us. The TV is on a televator. The televator comes up, has a really great sound bar that everyone can hear. And like we mentioned before about the dinette, this just becomes like a big extended living room. You got people on the couch, you got people maybe on cubes, sometimes over sitting on the dinette, sometimes over in the chairs. And you can see everywhere. You talked about last week, the TVs all connect to each other. So the TV above the drivers can be watched while someone's watching this. We're also watching over here. So you always have a view of the TV is what I'm saying.
Yes.
It's very family centric. It's very like, you don't need to go off into your bedroom and go do your own thing. You can just really stay in the heart of the RV right here. And that's what we wanted. That's why we did the opposing couches, and Deborah works with less counter space.
Yes.
Trade-offs, but it's worth it.
It is. It was worth the trade-off. And then up above, so the TV will come up right here, and then these are our tech cabinets. So that's kind of the main nerve center as far as TV communications, networking, where all of that comes together there. So
yes,
that's kind of my space up in there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you have made that be all things that just make our life so easy in the tech world. So
yes, our Ring security system, all of that, all up there.
All up there.
And the answer to the question is yes, you can put a Ring security system on your coach, and I would recommend it. So we rarely use it as much anymore.
Right.
But in those places, because really, in general, if we pull into a campground and we don't feel safe, we leave.
We just don't stay there.
Right. However, there are some places where it's like, okay, I think we're good, but I want to know we're good. So we'll put up a couple cameras outside that'll let people know we have eyes out there. And
yeah.
it's helpful.
And I would say it's probably less with campgrounds and more with dry camping.
Yes.
When we're overnight harvest hosting somewhere that
Very
we're
true.
like, I don't know about this. But
Yeah.
even that's rare.
Yeah, very rare.
Can I just talk about the floors?
Yes.
Okay. They're so warm right now. It's heated floors and my feet are so immensely happy. It's one of the ways that we heat the coach. And if you have never stood on a radiant floor, I don't know, it's an experience you need to experience because it just makes you feel like, woo, that's nice. The kitchen, I just wanted to add on this one thing. There are cabinets here that I use as pantry space. I don't know if I can open them. And I emptied them out a little bit, but I like to use these for all of my dry goods. And
OXO containers.
OXO containers, yep. And I just fill them up. And usually I only need to fill them once for like a 3-month trip, but they go in so nice and like just fit. They just fit perfectly. So I kind of swear by those. Down here is going to be like canned goods. We have a toaster down here, granola bars. All the other things just kind of get put down here. And I did put a tension rod in so that I could really cram a lot more in there and it would stay. It's important to use your space.
And we don't like surprises. You know, that saying, whenever you fly, be careful, things may have shifted around
Overhead.
in flight. Same applies in the RV world. So that's where those tension rods are very helpful.
They're magical. Okay, this is the girls' bunk bed. So we got 2 bunks in here. And the cabinet doors open and then also collapse.
Yeah, kind of fold out of the way.
Yes. So we did invest in new mattresses for our girls. If you know anything about any RV that you're going to purchase, the mattresses are not good. I have heard nice things about Airstream. That's about the only one that I know that you wouldn't want to replace. But we replaced ours and we get glowing morning remarks. I slept amazing. We got windows, we got curtains. We also have curtains right here that will come across. So these stay open usually. Maybe they close like this if we're just trying to make a better pathway. But mostly they stay open when we are camping and that's fine. There are also drawers under here that the girls use. They each get one. You'll notice they have their own TVs. They use them sometimes. I would say mostly they're just out in the main area.
And they do have HDMI connectors, so they can actually connect it to their phone and then play movies or things like that.
They have done that before.
But they rarely use those.
So if you don't have kids that are little that would be wanting to use this, this also is a closet.
Yes, that's the beauty of it. So this actually folds up.
It like comes up.
So you can take the mattress off, it folds up, and then you can use it as a larger closet. So we were actually talking, well, several RVers, and they actually bought a bunk model like this so they could have their grandkids come and join them when they travel. And then when their grandkids aren't with them, they use it as a closet, or you can actually utilize that space even as an office.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You could change it around to office space. So it's just very versatile of how you would want to use it. Also, we met some friends who had big dogs and their dogs, this is where their dogs' beds were. Yeah. So I think they didn't use this one, but they used this one. Our girls are, I don't know, they're average, but they sleep comfortable. They usually sleep in queen beds at home, but they don't really complain about moving to an RV twin. So RVs are notorious for just shaving a little space off because it's necessary, but they're still very comfortable. It's very spacious.
And the mattress upgrade was a big win.
Big win. And we did that with RV Mattress.
Yes, rvmattress.com. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've probably heard of RV Mattress. We will just give another shout out. Yes. Not sponsored,
They're good.
But they are good.
They're very good.
And this is a person right here who
super picky,
sleeps on a Tempur-Pedic, has had back issues.
That's right.
And
they sleep very nice. It is a foam core mattress, which I prefer, and I think they are amazing. The girls are super happy, so we're happy. This is what they use for more of their own storage, and we got these rope bins that just fit in perfect. They each get 2 And then like they put stuff into their rope bins and then put them back into here. And I would say this is like an arm's width deep. Pretty deep. Over here is their bathroom, and I love that this is all connected because middle of the night, they don't have to be wandering around. We don't hear anything. It's just like right here. It has a full shower, has lots of storage for all of their things, all their makeup, and they have little organizers that they have put in here too, which are so nice. We have room for towels, for all the lotions, all the cotton swabs, all the makeup brushes, they make it happen right here.
It is a full bathroom. So sink, toilet. I'm currently standing in the shower. So
so that you can actually.
Yeah. So I'll go around here. You can see very nice full shower. Got a little, that's not technically a bench. It's more of like you put it down and put your leg on it. But it is bench
because it's big enough to hold you.
Okay.
So if you needed like a handicap accessible, it would work. Okay. And the shower goes up and down and it comes off where you can use it as a wand. They really thought of a lot of things with that.
They did, and it's got some really good dry camping settings, which we'll talk more when we have more space back in the master bathroom.
Okay, now let's go to the master bedroom and the bathroom back here. This has a king bed in it. Shout out to RV Mattress again. We like our upgraded mattress quite a bit. Makes sleeping on the road very cozy. On this side, we have a TV that has a cabinet for storage behind it.
Which I use kind of as my tech camera.
Yeah, charging.
Yes, little charging station back here for action cameras and whatever else needs charged.
So that's nice. And then a dresser area. You use this for your drawer space. I use this side for my drawer space. And then we have a partial closet, coats. You just get really good at squirreling things away. Like the longer we travel, the more this just fills with things. And it's great. I'm pretty good at squirreling things away.
Yes, you are.
I will say the really wonderful thing about this being a half closet is there are times I keep our coats in here and we've arrived at a campsite and it's raining. And so when everything's closed up, the full cabinet can't open. The half cabinet can open, which is why I keep our coats in here. And then I just climb on the bed, open this up, grab coats out. So even when everything's condensed together, you can still get in here. Just to keep that in mind.
Which is wonderful.
Yes, this is full, but it has 2 hanging racks here. We've also used this as a shelf. Down here we keep a fan. We just keep like miscellaneous hiking shoes.
Weighted vest for when we're walking around the campground. You can get a good workout in.
That's right. Yeah, it's just very helpful. So we use both of these. Both of us use both of these.
Yes.
And then we keep the girls' coats back here. Stuff like that. So that's that guy. Full mirror. So nice. Things you don't realize that you might want until you don't have it is a full mirror. And then coming in here and be like, oh, what a relief. One of my friends also mentioned about having a fan in the master was so nice. And I didn't realize how wonderful that was until you don't want to run the air conditioning or the heat is just a little hot. And I love that the switch for the fan is on my side.
Yes, it is.
I rule that thing real nice. But the fan has been wonderful. I've really enjoyed having a fan in here. That's a wonderful perk. These bins up over the top of our beds, I kind of thought in the beginning they wouldn't be like, well, I guess that's nice. They are so deep.
Yes, they are.
And you can fit so much in there. This one has
a lot of hats.
Yeah.
Deborah always tries to buy me new hats.
Yeah, stop that, Deborah. Wow. What else do you put up here? Hats?
I put my laptop. So that's kind of where I would store it at night. So it's just not just
out of the way. Yeah. This side, I think, is funny because we actually do have a printer. So here's all of our hiking packs. And then behind here is a small printer. And we're doing school and our kids are in college classes that sometimes you need things printed off. Also, sometimes the UPS store or like shipping things, or we've needed it enough that we continue to carry around a printer.
Yes.
So it stays there. That one's mine. Books. So many books and blankets. If anyone needs a blanket, they come back. Mom, do you have an extra blanket? Yes, I do.
But of course.
Yeah. So the only other thing I'm going to talk about is that these little end tables have this long little cabinet that opens. It's not a ton of room, but it's enough. You can just put a couple of things in there.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of books.
And there's outlets so you can plug in to charge your phone.
Yes.
Just super. And they
just thought of stuff.
Everything.
Like the outlets are just like right here. You have one down beside the bed. Step up into the bathroom. And I think we're over the engine right here.
Yes, we are.
Like
there's
that's
an
why
engine
there's
door
an entrance right there. So this is macerator toilet, 2 sinks, his and hers. How nice that they thought of that.
Another thing we don't have at our house.
That's right.
A master bathroom, and B, 2 sinks.
2 sinks in a bathroom.
Not complaining. I love our old house.
Again, with the space. So much space. This is your cabinet and you just fill it with all the things that you need. This is like the everything cabinet, and it just catches all the extra paper towels and all the extra towels, like beach towels, bags of potato chips that we bought so many of. We're like, where are we going to put these? They go in this cabinet. 2 drawers. We sometimes keep jewelry in here. We keep, if we're dry camping, there's those wilderness wipes. Mattress holder. There's just room for everything. These pull down. Toothbrush. This is where we keep like underwear and t-shirts, pajamas. This is cleaning or like extra things that you would keep in a hall closet, extra cotton balls, extra, just like, it's kind of like a hall closet, cleaning closet. These are mine. Also mine along with the medicine, like the medicine cabinet and the first aid cabinet would live here, up here. They've been emptied out because we're home. But like anything that I would need will be up here. Down here is kind of like a tiny space, but it has a outlet. And this is where we charge our vacuum attachments and supplements. I keep extra supplements in here as we travel. Okay. Behind this magical door, you will find a stacker, washer, and dryer. I love this so much. And I know if we ever change into a trailer or something like that, this will probably not be part of our next setup. So
because we probably won't go from this to a 5th wheel. It'll probably
go bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's okay. Again, with the trade-off, right now we're so big that it does limit some of the things we can do, but we're so big that we get to have all the things that make it the comforts of home. So we run a lot of wash and it does a really good job. I've been very pleased. We also keep an ironing board. I know. This is me. It's just, you might need an ironing board. You just never know. That might not make it to the next setup either, but right now it does. Laundry soap, just extra supplies are kept down there. We've added a lot of command strips back here just to give us more room to hang.
Not sponsored. It should be.
There's lots of command strips. This is command strips. This holder for shampoo is command. Here's another one on the outside that we've used.
And placement of command strips, super important.
Yes.
It's like the perfect location. You open the doors, grab your towel. You're not getting water all over the floor. Again, you got to take care of your coach.
That's right. So pretty roomy, actually. The seat is up and down. It's not like our at-home shower that is much roomier, but when you're showering in a parking lot with warm water, it's kind of this like, we're pretty spoiled. We've now spent over 300 nights living in this bus. Next week, we'll share what's worked, what's been hard, and whether we would choose this adventure all over again. Join us next week for the full review.
Thanks for joining us. If you would like to see additional content, such as our top travel resources and other free tools, be sure to join our free online community at ronanddeborah.com. Before we wrap things up, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Northwest Iowa Community College. NCC has been such a great fit for our homeschool family. They offer flexible learning options online, on campus, or a mix of both, so it's easy to make education work around your adventure. Our daughter Olivia is actually dual enrolled at NCC right now. She's earning both high school and college credits at the same time. It's been such a fantastic opportunity for her to get ahead while still homeschooling. If you're a homeschool family looking for a way to take that next step, NCC is a great option. Small class sizes, supportive instructors, and affordable tuition make it an easy choice. So, if you're ready to start your success story, check out nccbound.com/homeschool. A big thanks to NCC for making videos like this possible. Want to join our next adventure? Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future episodes. See you in the next video.